we're going to create our first node. And which node it will be? It will be trigger node, right? So let's click on add node. There are multiple triggers nodes. I really like the variety. You can explore it on your own depending on your needs. In our case, we're going to use the on chat node. Here there are settings. So when you're creating any new node, there will be different settings. In our case, we don't really need to change here anything. We will change other nodes and other settings as we will be building. Here right now we can see that make chat publicly available. We don't really need this as well. So once you created a node and you, for example, understand that you don't need to update anything, you just can click back to canvas or just outside, click on gray area outside of the window. Boom, we got back. And we can see our first node created. Awesome, congratulations. Now we can actually click right now on the chat. Why not? Let's click open chat. Let's write something here. Send. And node executed successfully, but nothing happened because this node is not connected to anything right now, correct? So what we need to do next is actually to add the action node to it. And in our case, since we're building AI agent, it's not going to be just action node. This is going to be AI action node. There are two ways to do this. You can click on the, for example, plus button here next to the trigger node, or you can click on that plus button. It's doing the same work for you. Here it will be just automatically connected to the neighboring node. And if you click here, it might be not always automatically connected. Let's just, for example, let's click here. There are multiple different nodes which we can add after creating action node. Really a lot of variety here. In our case, we're going to use AI nodes, and really soon we're going to talk about the action in-app as well. But let's start from the AI node. From the all AI nodes and features, we're going to use AI agent. But if you're interested about other AI nodes, yeah, go ahead and explore it. Once again, there's so many possibilities with N8N. But for now, we are going to stick with AI agents. Boom, let's click on it. There are some settings. Honestly, we don't really need to change anything here, but a couple of things that I want to point out. First of all, there's input and output. So for majority of action nodes, you actually can see what goes in and what goes out, so you can control the flow of data, which is super cool. And at the bottom, we can see the chat model, memory, and tool. Let's close it for now, since we don't really need to change any settings. And here it is, AI agent node, here's chat model, memory, and tool. But right now you can see just floating around, right? How to connect it to the trigger. If you click this button and it's not connected automatically, you can just hover over the plus again and drag it. And you can see the arrow is appearing, and you can actually drag this arrow to our AI agent node, and boop, it automatically, like a magnet, sticks in. Awesome. Let's move our agent a little bit closer. Right now they're connected. Let's try to write something again. Why not? And problem is AI agent. Why? Because we are triggering our chat, but this chat goes to the empty AI agent shell, which basically has nothing inside here. And it's just like empty work, right? So guess what we're going to attach next? Right, we're going to attach chat model to give it some brain. Let's click on chat model. There are multiple chat models to choose from. In our case, let's choose OpenAI, classic. Here, we already need to take care about setting some of the parameters. First one is credential to connect with. So basically, you're providing your OpenAI API key here. And if you don't have any API key, you will be prompted to actually create a new key. In my case, I already have OpenAI account key added, as you have seen before previously. So I'm just going to click on OpenAI account, and that's it. Next, we're choosing the model that we're going to work with. Once you connected your API key, you can choose like from the large variety of different models. In our case, we're going to work with the GPT-4o mini, since it's pretty capable for its price and what's one of the cheapest model to especially really good to play around with. That's it. We can just click outside again. And boom, here's our model. Everything is draggable, so you can see I can drag and drop it wherever you want. Let's leave it really close to our AI agent. And by now, since we already have LLM attached, let's test it out. Let's say hi. And magic is happening. You can see visually, first of all, which is important, what is going on. And you can see that we got the response. So it is working, which is great. Our first step is done. Also, I want to point out that we have the latest logs. Here it is. This is where you can visually see the flow of data and flow of the executed nodes, which is really cool for debugging or understanding what exactly is going on. Right now, here's not that much because we're just prompting LLM and getting back the results. So it's just OpenAI chat model here and that's it. But it's going to grow really soon.